Aloha everyone, Auntie Alex here at Keiki and Plow. Today's virtual field trip is going to be all about the chickens and goats here at Keiki and Plow. We're going to go ahead and have a visit with them and learn a little bit about them. We have this wonderful, amazing Keiki coop that I'm sure many of you have visited before. We have a play kitchen, a mud sink, some other great fun play items, but we also have our famous chicken coop. I'm going to just show us inside here. When you walk in, you can see where they sleep right here. You can see them all hanging out in the middle. I dropped off some compost this morning that they seem to have eaten all up. Our big rooster Winter is right here. But I like to start field trips off at the nesting boxes right over here. So over here by the nesting boxes, you can see that there's little places for the chickens to go in and either take a rest or their most important task, which is to lay eggs. As you can see, this lady was just sitting on a bunch of eggs. This lady has one. But I like to bring us over here because they're usually some chickens in here that we can go ahead and take a look at. There's a couple cool features about chickens that I like to talk about when I have groups here at the farm. And we can go ahead and look at this one as an example. So if you look at her head, you can see her red comb, which is the spiky, like mohawk looking thing on her head, as well as her wattle, which is the little thing underneath her beak. So in addition to looking pretty cool, the wattle and the comb actually serve a really useful purpose. And that is that as humans, when we get hot and we need to cool ourselves down, we sweat. But chickens don't have skin in the same way that humans do, so they have to release heat in a different way, and that's through their wattle and their comb, which has a ton of blood capillaries in it, and that helps them release their heat. If you eat eggs at home, can you tell me what color the eggs you buy in the store usually are? Usually eggs are white that we get at the store. Sometimes we can find brown ones. But the chickens here at Keiki and Plow are super special and lay all different kinds of colored eggs. Let's take a look. These are eggs that I found underneath the chickens just a couple minutes ago. And as you can see, they're not just white. So we have this egg, which is whitish, but it has pink tones and has specks on it. We have this egg, which is definitely browner and looks kind of like the ones you'd find at a store, though it's a little bit smaller. And then this egg, which is my favorite, which is blue. Okay, so let's play a quick guessing game. We have 3 different kinds of chickens here. We have this black and white one. We have this mostly black one, this darker one. And then we have these goldish yellowish chickens, and we're gonna figure out which chicken laid which egg. The first egg we're gonna guess is this whitish pinkish speckled egg. Which chicken do you think laid this egg? We have the golden chicken, the black chicken, or the black and white chicken right over here. What do you think it is? So the whitish pinkish egg is laid by our chicken called the barred rock, and this is the black and white chicken. Darker brown egg. Which chicken do you think laid it? We have either the golden chicken or the black chicken. Which chicken laid this egg? The chicken that laid the brown egg is our black chicken. Its name is Kakumaran. And now we have the blue egg. And I know there's only one chicken left who could have laid this. Does anyone know which one it is? That's right, the golden chicken lays the blue egg. And this chicken is called the Americana. So in review, the barred rock, the black and white chicken, laid the white speckled egg. The Kakumaran laid the brown egg. And the golden chicken, or the Americana, laid the blue egg. You may have noticed that there's one chicken that's a little bit different than the rest, and that's this one right here. Does anyone know what makes this chicken different than all of the other chickens? This chicken is actually a boy, and his name is Winter, and he is our rooster. So all of the other chickens that you see, other than Winter, are all girls. They're all hens. And they're in charge of laying eggs. So you may be asking yourself, why do we only have one rooster and so many hens? And that's because a rooster is a protector, and he's kind of like the leader of the pack. And if there's another male, they would not like each other and they would compete most likely. So we only have one, and he does a really good job of protecting our hens. Differences in winter versus the rest of the hens is that he's much bigger. You can see that his comb and his wattle are also much bigger. He also has really, really big feet that have really, really long, sharp talons on the bottom. And usually when we have guests here, he's actually put away in a little separate enclosure because he can be really, really territorial and really protective of his hens and can sometimes peck or scratch, which is really long talons. So some fun facts about chickens. Chickens are the most common bird in the world, and contrary to popular belief, chickens can actually fly. They just can't fly very far because their body weight is too heavy for the size of their wings, but they can still fly into trees and over small buildings. Chickens are related to a very, very special prehistoric creature. Can anyone guess what it is? I'll give you a hint about what creature chickens are related to, and you can look at their feet for a good clue. That's right, they're related to dinosaurs, specifically to T-Rex. Not only are chickens really cool and useful because they lay eggs that we get to eat, but they're also related to dinosaurs, which I think is pretty cool. You have one other friend that lives in the chicken coop, and this is Keiki over here, our little bunny, and she's looking so cute. She was just rubbing up on this fence, I think trying to scratch an itch, but we just want to always say aloha to little Keiki. Okay friends, so I think Winter over here, our big rooster, is starting to get a little bit irritated with me in his face, bothering all of his ladies. So we're gonna go ahead and say goodbye to the chickens for right now and make our way over to the goat pen. All right, we're making our way over to the goat pen. Checking out our teepee and our pirate ship. And here we are. Let's see who's out today. I see Shaka Socks and I see Coco. Let's go ahead and go in. Buddy. So this one here, his name is Shaka Socks, and he is our boy. And this is Coco, and she's our girl. And these two goat friends are siblings. They're brother and sister. A lot of you are probably wondering, who haven't been here before, why we've named this one Shaka Socks. And as you can see on his side, he has this cool birthmark, the little white mark. And we think it looks a lot like a shaka. And he has these little white spots that look a lot like socks. And then Coco, of course, is named after our big, beautiful mountain behind us, which is Coco Head. So goats are pretty cool. They're pretty snuggly. They act kind of like dogs, I think, but there are some differences that I like to talk about with guests here at the farm. And one of those things is their eyes. And if you can see Coco's eyes here, you can see that they are square. So her pupils are square, whereas ours are round. And does anyone know why that is? So it actually allows them to see almost 360, almost all the way around their head, but obviously they can't move their head all the way around. So it gives them more depth of vision. Another cool fact about goats is that when goats are babies, they're called kids, just like we are. Goats are also great climbers. As you can see here, Shaka Socks is perched on top of a little rock and a little stump. They have hooves that make it really good for climbing. And then these goats are about 2 years old, but they are fully grown, even though they're pretty short. They're called Nigerian Nubian dwarf goats. And we love them because they help us eat extra food scraps, as well as we can use their manure to fertilize our plants. And they're just really cute, cuddly animals that kids who visit the farm love to pet and hang out with. So before I go, I'm just gonna give Shaka Socks a little pet and give Coco a little pet. And I'm gonna say ahui ho. I'll see you guys soon. All right, friends, mahalo nui for joining me on another virtual field trip here at Keiki and Plow. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit about our chickens and goats that we have here. If you have any questions or additional information to share, please comment on the video below. We hope to see you soon. Ahui ho.